Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive, where we take one specific piece of football news and really get into the nitty-gritty. Today, we're diving into something that's got me personally pretty excited, and I'm guessing a lot of you out there as well. It's the update on Bukayo Saka's return to training.
Right. Yeah.
After that hamstring injury that's had him out for, well, quite a while now.
Yes, indeed. A very welcome sight for Arsenal fans and anyone really who enjoys watching him play.
Exactly.
So we've got a good bit of information here to unpack about this initial stage of his comeback and what it all means.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the main news then is that Saka is back on the grass.
Back in the fold.
After what I imagine has been a pretty frustrating
Yeah, I'd say so.
time on the sidelines dealing with that hamstring problem. He's now back training with the squad.
He is, and that in itself is already a really positive sign.
For sure.
You know, for a player of his caliber to be back involved even at this early stage, it's a big step.
It is, yeah. And what's caught my eye is the emphasis on these being light training sessions.
Yeah.
Which, tells us a lot about how the medical team are approaching this.
Absolutely. It's all about that careful,
Yeah.
measured approach.
Yeah.
You don't want to rush things, especially with a muscle injury like this.
Yep.
They're clearly prioritizing that full and proper recovery over getting him back on the pitch prematurely.
Makes sense, right? The last thing anyone wants is him to, re-aggravate it and be out for even longer.
Oh, exactly. A setback at this point would be a real blow for both Saka and the team.
Definitely. So when we hear this term light training, what does that actually look like in practice for someone like Saka, at this point in his recovery?
Right. So typically at this stage, you're talking about drills that are pretty low intensity.
Okay.
Nothing too strenuous, no heavy physical contact. The main focus is going to be on gradually rebuilding his cardiovascular fitness and letting that hamstring adapt to movement again.
Got it.
Think like jogging, some controlled passing exercises, maybe a bit of light work with the ball. The key is to reintroduce that load, but without putting too much strain on those muscle fibers that are still healing.
So it's about finding that sweet spot.
Exactly. You want to see how the hamstring responds as the activity level increases step by step.
Makes sense. So no diving into tackles or
Not just yet, no.
full-on sprints just yet.
All about laying those foundations.
Building back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really interesting, I think, especially for all the Arsenal supporters out there. Even this news of him just being back in light training, it's got to be a huge morale boost, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Just knowing that he's taking those first steps back to full fitness.
Yeah, it can have a real ripple effect, around the club.
Totally. And from a tactical perspective, even a Saka who's maybe not fully match fit just yet still adds something that Arsenal have been missing, right?
Oh, for sure. His ability to take on defenders in those attacking areas, it's something that not many others in the squad can consistently replicate. And that creates space, opens up opportunities for his teammates in a way that's been really hard to replace.